Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain on a story that the mainstream media almost let slip through the cracks: the sudden and mysterious reemergence of the man once called the teen Pavarotti. For over a decade, the world has kept a quiet eye on Jonathan Antoine, the boy who famously defied Simon Cowell's expectations. But as we enter the 2025 holiday season, the narrative has shifted from musical talent to a full-blown investigation into his whereabouts. For a long stretch of time, the silence from Anton's camp was deafening. While his peers from the reality TV circuit were chasing headlines and appearing on every panel show available, Jonathan seemed to retreat into a self-imposed exile that left fans fearing the worst. Rumors began to circulate in online forums that the pressure of the BGT machine had finally broken him, or worse, that a secret health crisis had forced him to hang up the microphone forever. Reporters who tried to reach out to his management were met with no comment or vague updates about creative rest. But in the fast-paced world of the music industry, creative rest is often code for a career in freefall. However, the footage surfacing in late 2025 tells a different story entirely. We are seeing a man who didn't just survive the industry's attempts to box him in, he dismantled the box entirely. This isn't just a comeback, it's a calculated, high-stakes resurrection. As he prepares for his most ambitious Christmas special to date, the question isn't just where he's been, but why he chose this specific moment to return. Was it a contractual obligation, or is there a deeper, more personal reason why 2025 became the year of the Antoine revival? The footage currently leaking from his rehearsals suggests that the time away wasn't spent in defeat, but in a radical reconstruction of his entire brand, making this holiday season a make-or-break moment that the music world never saw coming. If you haven't seen Jonathan Antoine in the last few months, brace yourself, because the person walking onto the stage this Christmas is visually unrecognizable from the artist we once knew. The headline story of 2025 hasn't just been the music, but the dramatic physical transformation that has sent shockwaves through the industry and sparked a firestorm of speculation on social media. As a reporter covering the beat of high-pressure stardom, it's rare to see a shift this profound. Antoine has shed a staggering amount of weight, a journey that he has occasionally hinted at but largely kept behind a wall of privacy. But as with any major celebrity change, the rumor mill has been working overtime. Some insiders have suggested that this wasn't a choice made for aesthetics, but a mandatory response to a terrifying medical scare that occurred behind closed doors during his hiatus. There have been whispers, none of them confirmed by his official team, that the singer reached a breaking point where his very life was at risk, forcing an immediate and total lifestyle overhaul. From a journalistic perspective, the shift is more than just skin deep. In his 2025 appearances, his movements are different. He carries himself with a lean, almost defensive grace that replaces the shy, stationary posture of his youth. This transformation has sparked a massive debate among his core fanbase. While many applaud his dedication to health, a vocal minority of purists are voicing a controversial theory. They fear that his physical change might have altered the acoustic chamber of his body, potentially damaging the very voice that made him a household name. This tension between his personal well-being and his professional instrument is the silent drama playing out in the background of every 2025 holiday promo. Is this the image of a man finally at peace, or are we witnessing the fallout of a desperate struggle to meet the industry's harsh visual standards? Behind the soaring high notes and the festive decorations lies a trail of legal friction and creative warfare that almost kept this 2025 special from ever reaching your screen. As we dig deeper into why Jonathan Antoine's career took such a long, winding path to get to this Christmas, we uncover a pattern of resistance against the giants of the recording world. It's no secret that after his initial rise, there were attempts to mold him into a pop opera product, a move that many believe the singer found soul-crushing. Our investigation into the 2025 return suggests that Jonathan has spent the last few years fighting to gain control of his own masters and his own creative direction. There are murmurs of unresolvable differences, with previous labels that saw him as a commodity rather than an artist. This year, sources indicate he is operating with a level of independence that is almost unheard of for a singer of his caliber. He's no longer the yes man that reality TV producers hoped he would be. This independence, however, comes with a price. Reports have surfaced that certain major media outlets were quietly encouraged to look the other way during his 2025 launch, leading to accusations of a shadow ban by the very industry that once claimed to have discovered him. The controversy isn't just about the music, it's about power. Jonathan's 2025 holiday special is being seen by industry analysts as a rebel broadcast, a way for him to speak directly to his audience without the filtered lens of a corporate boardroom. It's a dangerous game to play in an era where the gatekeepers still hold the keys to the biggest platforms. But for Antoine, it seems the risk of being silenced was far greater than the risk of going it alone. He's betting his entire career on the hope that his voice is louder than the executives who tried to hush him. While the world celebrates his return, a storm is brewing in the elite circles of classical music over what some are calling a dangerous shift in Jonathan's vocal technique. As a reporter, I've spoken to several vocal coaches and opera aficionados who are analyzing every note of his 2025 performances, and the consensus is far from unanimous. As Jonathan has matured, his voice has naturally deepened, moving away from the light, airy tenor of his teens into a darker, more resonant baritone tenor hybrid. But the controversy isn't just about biology. It's about his choice of repertoire for this year's Christmas special. Jonathan is experimenting with vocal frying and contemporary textures that some classical purists claim are blasphemous to the art form. There's a growing speculation that he might be pushing his voice into territory it wasn't meant to go, leading to fears of permanent vocal cord damage or burnout. We've heard reports from rehearsal staff that certain sessions were unusually tense, with Jonathan insisting on arrangements that defy traditional operatic logic. Why the sudden shift? Some believe he's trying to bridge the gap between classical and modern pop to capture a younger demographic, while others argue he's simply finally singing the way he's always wanted to, regardless of the rules. This creates a fascinating tension for the 2025 season. Are we hearing a master at the height of his powers, or are we listening to the beginning of a vocal decline caused by an artist trying to do too much, too fast? The stakes couldn't be higher. If he misses a single note during his high-profile holiday broadcasts, the vulture culture of the music critics is ready to pounce. Every performance this December is a tightrope walk over a canyon of professional scrutiny. Perhaps the most shocking development in the 2025 Jonathan Antoine story is the persistent rumor that this Christmas special isn't a beginning, but a beautifully wrapped goodbye. While fans are cheering for his return, there is a darker speculation haunting the comment sections and the back offices of the music industry. Reliable sources close to the production have hinted that Jonathan has grown weary of the public eye and the constant scrutiny of his mental health and physical appearance. The theory gaining the most traction is that the 2025 Christmas special is intended to be his magnum opus, a final, definitive statement before he officially retires from the limelight to pursue a life of quiet anonymity. This would explain the massive scale of the production and the raw, emotional energy he's pouring into every song. He's performing like a man with nothing left to lose because he has already decided to walk away. There are also unconfirmed reports about a secret partner or a private life shift that has changed his priorities, making the grueling life of a touring artist look less appealing than it once did. Journalists have noted that his recent interviews, while polite, carry a tone of finality that is hard to ignore. He speaks of the music in the past tense at times, or as a chapter that is nearing its conclusion. If this is indeed the end, It would make the 2025 holiday season one of the most significant moments in modern musical history. It's a paradox. At the very moment he has finally achieved the look, the sound, and the control he always wanted, he might be ready to let it all go. This holiday season, viewers aren't just watching a singer. They might be witnesses to the closing of a legend's career, making every note he hits this Christmas more precious and more tragic.